Good morning. My name is Joe, and I'm the host of He Said, She Said. I hope that you're having a great morning so far and a great day to come. But I wanted to remind you that the moment that somebody makes you feel as though they're above something, it's a lot of the times when they're underneath it. There's a reason in boxing where it says protect yourself at all times. That thing that you thought that you got over, that hurdle that you thought that you got over, you have to continue to protect yourself from it. That temptation, that struggle, that challenge that you had, it may be gone now, but what's to stop it from coming back? When it comes back, how will you react? It's the times where we have our hands down, where that knockout blow is trying to come in to try to knock us back into the same position that we're in before. What is your game plan for when it returns? I want to leave you with that and have you think about that throughout today. There's people that's going to make you feel bad for the things that you've done in your past. They're going to remind you. They're going to have a label for you. They'll even have a nickname for you. Sometimes it's even funny, the nickname that they have for you, based upon what you've done. But unless you're having an identity crisis, as long as you're rooted in knowing your identity, that won't shake you. There's people who have brought up my past. Oh yeah, you used to sleep with a lot of women. You used to always have a good time and all of this. But then they see me for who I am now. And I'll acknowledge it. Yep, that's exactly what I was. No. Make sure you're telling my story the right way. When you gossip, when you say things, make sure people are telling your story the right way. But always keep yourself protected. How do you keep yourself protected? What weapon do you have for your protection? We all have a sword. The sword is the word of God. The word talks about that, arming yourself with the word of God, knowing what the word says about you specifically. What does it say about your relationship with God? What does it say that how you should respond in certain situations? Keep yourself protected today as you go out, because there's going to be things that's going to try to pull you back in. Anybody who thinks that, I just conquered this thing that this situation that I'm in, or this struggle that I had, be wary of that person, because that person is the one that's fighting with their hands down. In any type of combat sport, you gotta have your hands up. Keep your hands to protect your face, and keep up your spiritual hands to protect your spirit. Protect that spirit that's within you, because this thing that we have here, this skin, this flesh, is what we wrestle against every day. We war not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and rulers. And the thing about that is we're wrestling against spirit and body, good against bad. The good is the spirit of God inside of you. The bad is your spirit, is your flesh. So if you're continually fighting against that, there's a struggle. There's an opportunity. There's an opportunity for God to work through you. Well, will you allow him to do that? Or will you act as though you're above it? When a person acts as though they're above it, they're exhibiting a thing called pride. And pride comes before a fall. And I don't want to fall. I don't want to get hit with a punch I didn't see coming because I felt like, I got this. You can come in overconfident. You can come in thinking you're above a situation. But I promise you, there's many examples that we can look at in the Bible. There's many examples that we can look at in the news or in recent or past events where people thought that they were above something, and the minute that they turn their back, and they're down for the count. So I'm going to leave you with that today. When someone thinks that they're above it, they're actually, in most cases, they're beneath it. And when I say beneath it, meaning that they're underneath the situation. But God made us above the situation. So let's protect ourselves at all times, so when that temptation comes, we know how to react. When it throws a punch, we know how to slip it and throw a punch back and knock it out and not let it knock us out. Let's go to war. You ready?